Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, Dwyrin here. I was about to sit down and record myself another Back to Basics video when I decided to check Reddit, I decided to check Facebook, and on Facebook I found a very interesting game that had been posted some couple days ago that I wanted to share with you. Occasionally I do find games posted either by other people or, games played professionally, obviously, that just inspire me to make a video. Now, normally I would do this, of course, on my real board, but we did move very recently, getting those expensive out of the way. Haven't purchased a camera yet, currently set to do that this week, so we're not currently on a real board again, but it's coming soon. It's coming soon, I swear. That said, we'll have to use this program Multi4Go in the meantime, and I want to share this with you for a couple of reasons. This game, played by a KGS2 against a KGS3 highlights wonderful direction of play issues, highlights some interesting fighting issues, and ties in with one of my most favorite series that I've ever done. Not going to spoil it. We will discover what that series is together. The 3Q is obviously black, the 2Q is obviously white. The 2Q posted this onto Facebook, and I also want to say really quickly, I'm not going to drop the name of who played this, but if you do look at this game and you recognize that it is in fact yours, I am in no way trying to attack you or your play. I just noticed that this kind of ties in with a lot of things that I have cared quite strongly about, and I wanted to make a video of those things. This is like no way an attack on you, so I hope that's cool. That said, we had the 3Q here opening up with the Sanrinsei. Now, white's interesting off-star point here, trying maybe to kind of start negating the influence that's coming his way. That's cool. Black pincers the approaching stone. Alright. A lot of different things you can do over here. Makes perfect sense. You can pincer, you can back off, you can play star point, you can approach. I mean, the options are really endless. I'm not going to lecture how to play the Sanrinsei. Now, of course, we are going to play here, but he doesn't. He blocks the incorrect way. So right away, white should be feeling relatively happy about his position. Right? Our opponent did not block facing his star point stone at Q10. Because if he had, kind of hard to picture how he's going to play. He might pick this one. He might pick this one. Whichever way he picks, obviously black is getting, some influence here. That's working quite nicely with the Q10 stone. All of the stones working together. That's kind of what we want. Instead, we don't see this. We see this one selected, which is now, while facing, doesn't seem to really be facing much. It's facing a white stone. That's not very useful. That stone was black, then, that'd be a bit more useful. But, yeah, this is not a really great result for white. Now, if I was white right now, I would look at this board, and I would say to myself, how is black going to try to win this game? What is his next victory condition? I probably shouldn't think of them as victory conditions, but I do, and it makes evaluating the board, just a little bit easier. And I'd be like, okay, I gave him a wall. He still has a bunch of high stones. So I think he needs something in this area to expand from. So I want to play here if possible. But I imagine that maybe black is going to try and play it right now. To try to, save a fourth of it, maybe. He doesn't, he pushes. Black again has Sente. White now has Sente. Does not have to play here. If white plays elsewhere, that's not Sente either, so we can play elsewhere again. Black can even descend, and he still can't kill our corner. So if we want, we can actually play away 3 times and still be quite okay. So white should definitely play away and not keep giving the large wall to his opponent. Instead, they both kept playing in this area a little bit too small. This is an example of Puppy Go, where we're just kind of following our opponent around. So we have that. White plays, black plays. Now we have an even larger wall. So now we're even more crystal clear on how black is going to win the game. he's going to, with a nice solid wall, try to expand. So now we're interested in a move like the star point here, a move like the large knight here. Try to block this from growing on the larger side that it can grow from. Because if it plays something like this, we don't care. This we don't care. This we don't care. I mean, this is kind of small. But if it makes it all the way over here and starts building up off of there, then we're kind of getting in trouble. Again, responds to his opponent, giving him ample opportunity to start building up that influence. Not good. You might be saying, but wait a minute, White's taking points. He is. He's taking 2 points at a time. In the very beginning of the game, we are just over 20 moves into the game. If you are over and over and over and over and over again, that early in the game, you're probably doing something wrong. If your moves are just going, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, your opponent's probably making more than you. Had we stopped here, cool. That would have been fine. We lived, we took the corner away, we didn't give too much away, but suddenly, suddenly we are here. We lived, we're still alive in the corner, we took a little bit of extra, like these extra pushes, gives us this little bit of extra territory, right? Because we can't count this as territory yet, because there's a Hane and stuff. So we can't count this as territory, because this might get filled up still. So these extra pushes solidified this wall and gave us a little bit of extra territory. So clearly not worth it, right? And we should play away. Black unfortunately blocked, thinking he's going to expand here and here, when, you can imagine right now, how much larger things like this would be for him, right? We can see how that kind of works together. How it'd be much better for Black. Instead he's playing this kind of puppy go kind of thing that I mentioned, where we're just kind of following our opponent around the board and not taking the really, really large points. Now here, I think White's making a little bit of an aggressive move. He's approaching this area very, very strongly. I would not approach any closer than this, because I know this is where Black needs to go in order to live, or in order to make use of his framework. If I played here, for example, and Black took that away from me, whatever. That's perfectly fine. This whole thing is going to be locked into this position that might even still have a little bit of reduction potential later on. We got forcing moves. It's possible. I'm completely fine with that. We see the exact same position occur here. Very symmetrical. All the way down to this. Once again, he lived, but he kept playing, and kept playing, and kept playing. They both did. They both just kept playing locally. Now Black has a wall that actually spans the entire board, while White just took a little bit of corner territory for himself. This is suddenly an amazing position for Black, because to make this and this equal, all he needs, right, is something like this. That's 2 lines of territory, right? That's not even counting anything down here or in here, or the fact that these stones are dead. To make this equal, actually I lied, sorry, he doesn't need this one or that one, there we go. He just needs this and this to be equal. And that would give him about an equal result of the corners. But we know that a wall this large puts out more influence than just 2 lines, right? And we're going to hit that thought in a minute very, very hard. Because watch what happens. Play it away, drop down, which, again, they're playing too often in the same area. This is a great opportunity to just take something for himself. But okay. And then White plays Tengen. And part of the reason why I mentioned this, why I wanted to go over this game, is because of this idea here, that White did play Tengen. Because I had a flashback the minute I saw this. I had a flashback to my favorite series. You all remember what that favorite series is, right? Does Legend 88 ring a bell? I hope so. Because Legend 88, we saw a similar thought. We have Tengen, and then we invade, and then we invade, or not invade, but we just take territory. Just take territory. Black keeps playing in the center, getting rid of the influence, and we invade. Over and over and over again. Just take all the territory, take Sente, play in the middle. One move in the middle does not negate all of this influence. 2 moves in the middle does not negate all this influence. 3 moves in the middle do not negate all of this influence. And we see that thought recurring over and over and over again throughout the various games that these particular players played. And you can find this completely on my channel. I actually think all I like to do really is just search. I think you can actually just search Legend 88 on YouTube, and you'll find all the videos that feature these 2 players. The ones with Legend 88 and At Night. I'm not going to go into it. You can look at the video yourself and take a peek and how this is actually still completely fine, but it does allow us to return to this idea that one move is in no way going to negate this entire wall. It's too large. So what should Black do now? I actually don't care where Black played, so I'm going to continue. We see a kick and a low stone, because he's trying to play very, very tight, take a bunch of territory for himself, in an attempt to not leave Aji behind and reduce this massive amount of center he has. He even takes a corner here for himself, so it's very, very similar to the Legend thing, right? We have corner, 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 big walls for our opponent. I've got Tengen, game over, right? But it's not. And this is where both direction and fighting come into play, because playing a cosmic style like this is really, really interesting when you get the opportunity to, because if we play a large move, then the wall backs us up extremely. Now, where do you think you could play to use this for yourself? I'll give you a few seconds to think about it before I click. And I'm not giving it away with my mouse either. I'm not giving it away. My mouse is down here. You can't see where it is. I'm not giving anything away. So those of you with experience in such matters might say to yourself, well, all I really need to do is just keep playing how I'm playing. And you could do that. Like a large knight here, check it. A large knight here threatens the bottom, and I'm going to do a really quick count on this to see if we get what we want. Like if this is 2, 4, 6, 8, can't count it, but for the sake of it, 10, 12, we really can't go beyond 12, because I mean there's like monkey jumps here and here. We really can't count this as territory just yet. We're not even supposed to count this one, but let's just say 12 points here, 12 points there, 24 plus Komi's 6, 30. Great, we're now at 30 points. Where can we get 30 points from? These aren't dead yet, but they're probably going to be. But let's just see what we get in the bottom. That's 3. Actually, no, we can do better than that. If we get just this, that's 5, right? So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 minus the ones there. A little under, right? So about 40 points-ish. If we just keep this and below, does not even take into consideration this, or what's going to happen here, or the expansions over there. You see how this begins to get a slight problem? We could also put this move over here. Whoops, not that far away. Undo that one. Because if we shoulder at the low stone, again, we're threatening to take. This is being completely sealed off. I mean, are you going to try to dive in and reduce? I mean, you can't go that far, right? And what about over here? There's still territory to be had over here. So, this much potential radiating everywhere. allows black to play whatever large move he can look at on the board. Like, just anything he could possibly imagine. Like, you know, it'd be great? It'd be great if I could go all the way over here. With that much strength backing you up, do it. Same thing over here. So what happens here is he plays a little small move. So unbelievably small. All of that huge thickness just waiting to be cashed in. And he just said, you know, I want this. You want an extra 6 points of territory? Because if there's an invasion point, it didn't go anywhere. If this works, it still works. Because like we can go here, and then we can like go here. Okay, that's actually not useful. We can like try to play these moves, we can try to jump out. If it works, it still works. So you need to play much, much larger. Right? So small. So his opponent tries to reduce everything. Leaves a weak point behind, which I like. Cuts through, which I like. And then plays so small again. This is a guy clearly not used to playing for large amounts of influence, because he just said that cutting point is a problem. But is it? Is it really? If our opponent plays here, 1, 2, 3 liberties, we can count that. We should always be counting liberties. Versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 versus 5. Now it's 2 versus 5. I think we're okay. I mean, our opponent can't do any 1-point jumping. Can only play this. Well, does this work? I'm thinking no, right? Because we play here, he plays there, take, Atari, connect, Atari, so it's a ko, right? If we play this one, yeah, because that's a dead, so this way would be a ko, so we wouldn't play this way, we wouldn't play this way. How about here? No, we're still dead. Won't play that way either. So this I can see is a problem. This I can see is not a problem. That still has no liberties. And it still has no liberties. And it still has no liberties. So it looks like we're pretty friggin' fine. This thing can't even Hane. If it Hane, we're gonna cut and then it's dead. Right? So it has to turn again? It's looking like this running away would be really, 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 really bad for someone. And that someone is going to be white. So we're not going to run these 2 stones away. And if it tries, good. Maybe even getting rid of those stones would be okay, because it's Sente. It gives us the wall again in Sente, so we could keep growing. So I think even if you did kill those stones, which you shouldn't be able to, but even if you could, I think you're okay. Anyway, so that was a little bit not necessary, and the 2 space here is a little bit overzealous because we can actually cut through this, right? We have to be very, very careful here because we can still divide the 2 space jump. Instead he's defending, and defending, and defending. A little bit of an attack, admittedly. A little bit, taking a stone. Defending, 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 defending. You can see he's just giving up points in the center while he defends and defends and defends and defends and defends. All of that influence, you can't play a solid defensive game. You have to go out there, you have to grow, expand, and try to use that to its maximum potential. So you can be aggressive, you can be ambitious, you can like reach for as much as you ever imagine getting for yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this game, provided largely by a KGS2Q who's able to show us the proper way to use influence, how to think about using influence, and the dangers from giving our opponents really, really huge walls in the beginning of the game, or ever, really. Hope it shows the importance of direction of play. Hope it shows the importance on properly evaluating when we do and do not have Sente, so we can go forth and snag those large points for ourselves, and all around improve our basics. On that note, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, I will see you fine folks next time. Take care, everybody.